I'd like to get started with describing it with talking about the in-user features. And to do that, I'd like to bring Craig back up to the stage. Craig?
I missed you guys. So let's talk about iOS 8. Now, iOS 8, of course, builds on the design of iOS 7 with enhancements for both iPhone and iPad. And let's start with the phone. Now, in iOS 8, we've refined Notification Center. But what I really love are our new interactive notifications. So now, if you get a message like this, just pull down, and you can reply from right where you are. You don't have to leave the app you're in. And this works for all kinds of notifications. If you get a calendar event, for instance, just pull down and respond. And it works on the lock screen. So you can just swipe across on the lock screen, you get those action buttons tap, and you've dealt with it right there. Now, in iOS 7, we gave you quick double tap access to get at your most recent apps. Well, now, you can also use that same double tap to get at the people you communicate with most frequently. It's really handy. And in iOS 7, we introduced this great tab view in Safari. Well, we're bringing a great tab view to iPad as well with this bird's eye view of all of your tabs. And Safari also picks up the sidebar that we love in Yosemite with access to your bookmarks, your reading list, and your shared links. Now, we've made managing your mail easier than ever before. So now if you're reading a message and you want to remember to get back to it, so you're going to mark it unread, we can do that with just a single gesture. And if you want to flag a message, you can just pull across. There's a flag option. But if you pull all the way across, you can delete with just a gesture. But the piece I love the best is what we've done with composing messages. Have you ever found yourself composing an email, and then you really wished like you could get at something else in your inbox, maybe for that reply? Well, now you can. Just swipe that message down, and you have access to the rest of your mail. So I'd like to give you a demo of some of these great iOS 8 enhancements now. So here we are on our iOS 8 lock screen. And if I receive a notification, looks like I happen to get one just right then, I can swipe across. And you see I have actions, so I can accept or decline this meeting right here. Now, of course, I'm going to use the device. If I'm in here maybe playing some music here on iTunes Radio, I might get a notification. And if I do get a notification, I can just swipe down on it too. So here's one. Just swipe down. And there I get access to my keyboard. I can type right there. Now this works great for third-party apps as well. So for instance, looks like I got tagged on Facebook. I can like it right here with an actionable notification. And sometimes you receive notifications that you just really don't want to deal with right now, and you can just flick those away like that. That's really handy. Now, we've made getting at people easier than ever before, so if I just double tap my home button, see I have all the people I've most recently communicated with, I swipe to the side, and I have access to all my favorites. If I tap on one, I have controls here to give them a phone call, iMessage them, or even FaceTime right here with just a double tap on the home button. It's really handy. Now I want to show you some of the enhancements we made to Mail. Let's go take a look on the iPad actually this time. So here we are on iPad. I'm going to launch Mail. Now I have a number of unread messages here, so let's work our way through them. Here's a message from OpenTable with a dinner appointment, and you notice that the reservation is actually called out right here on the top. Mail has actually given me an intelligent suggestion here to add it to my calendar. I can tap Add, and just like this, it prompts me to fill out and add an event to my calendar. That's really handy. Now, sometimes you get a message like this where you're going to have to do some thinking about it, maybe get back to it later. Well, now with just a single swipe, I can mark it as unread. It's really cool. You can also flag really easily. So there's a message I want to flag, just flick it across and flag. Now here's a nice message. I don't know who this fellow is, but he says, great collaboration. You and Johnny have really come together really well. Let's take a look at that one. Oh, dear God. Well, this would be a good time to demonstrate our quick delete feature, where I can drag all the way across and delete at a glance. I'm certain that message won't haunt me on the internet for years to come. So let's talk about composing. I got a message here from a friend who's visiting in town and is looking for a good restaurant, so I'll start replying to this message. And I'll say, let's see, check out. And then, actually I got a good recommendation from another friend here in my inbox, so I'd like to get to that now. Well, I can just swipe this draft down like this, go right into another place, another message in my inbox, tap out a selection. That looks like exactly what I want to send him, so I'll just copy that. And now with a tap at the bottom, I restore my draft, just like that. I can paste and send it on its way. I think we're all going to love doing mail this way. That's a quick look at the enhancements to iOS 8. So let's talk about Spotlight. Now, of course, Spotlight's a super convenient way to search on your device. You just pull down one on your home screen, and you can execute these searches and find things like launching apps or find an email message. But now, with those same things we showed you in Yosemite with Spotlight suggestions, you can get it so much more. You can search for apps and find matches of apps that you don't yet have on the App Store. You can search for points of interest and get Wikipedia entries and directions. You can search for news, search for restaurants, songs, not just in your own library, but also on iTunes. And when you search for a movie, you can get results both for theaters nearby, as well as content available for streaming. And when you search inside of Safari, in addition to your great Google search suggestions, you can also get a suggestion at a glance for the answer you're looking for right from Spotlight suggestions. So that is the new Spotlight. Next, the keyboard and a technology we call QuickType. Oh. So prior to iPhone, this was the state of the art in smartphone typing. But iPhone changed all of that with the introduction of touch, and we've been able to do so much more, like access to special characters or alternate character sets, special keyboard layouts, even handwriting and dictation. But underlying it all have been the language models under autocorrect. Well, now, in iOS 8, QuickType supports predictive typing suggestions. So as you type, you get suggestions for the next words you might want to type, and you can tap things out faster than ever before. And it's incredibly smart. So it's context sensitive. For instance, in messages, if someone asks you, do you want to go for dinner or a movie? It's going to suggest dinner or a movie. And it's personalized. It learns how you type to different people in different apps. So maybe you're communicating with a coworker, and it's going to say, well, the meeting was canceled, rescheduled, moved. These are kind of formal terms. But now if you're communicating with someone else where you have a different communication style, you might get the meeting was epic, awesome, or a snoozer, because it learns how you type. And when it does so in a way that's always protecting your privacy. All that learning is done local to the device, and none of your keystrokes leave the device. Now, QuickType has great language models for all of these languages.